Good morning, pregame crew. It is Monday, April 11th, 2022, 8:21 a.m. Eastern, 6:21 Mountain. Good morning, folks. How are you doing? If you're tuning in later in the day, you can fast forward till it says 6:30 right here. I will get started with the indices, commodities, crypto, and movers and shakers of the day. Until then, I'm going to take a few requests from the room. Just allow time for people to trickle on in. Good morning, John, Lisa, Greg, Maria, Matthew. Maria, that means beautiful day, correct? It is a beautiful day. Hey, Matthew. Hey, Amira, Asia, Colby, Topher, me, myself, and I, Ricky, AR. Hey, Chuck. Yeah, my day can get started. Hey, Jessica. Remeyer, Abram, Night Truck, Robert. Good morning. Okay, you want to go over Jay? Jumanji, I'm kidding. Okay, we've broken this support of 930. Actually, we have a double bottom right here at 930. Change my brush color so you can see it. 930 double bottom right now. We're breaking through that. Your next support is 855, so we are in a daily downtrend now. If this keeps up in irregular trading hours, which by all looks of it, we're down 3%, it should continue. Hourly is oversold. Of course, a bounce could always be incoming, Colby. I understand your paper trading put. So here's a rule that I have. This may help somebody. If I have options, regardless of calls or puts, and I'm up 100%, I immediately sell half, especially if, of course, if I have more than one, which I usually do, I immediately sell half because then the rest is free. Then you have a free trade. So if your puts on JMIA, even though it's paper, if it's up greater than 100%, I always sell half and keep the other half and move up the stop. It's a great discipline with options. When you see 100%, sell half. Then you have a free trade on and it will keep you out of trouble in the long run by taking big profits when they're present. Welcome to Goblin Town. Neo for Ricky. Ricky, I have Neo on my list for a short. They have bad news. They had to shut down their factory due to COVID. I wouldn't short down here in the whole. Hourly RSI is 18, 4-hour RSI 27. Daily RSI should be in the 30s by the time it opens. You have a gap fill down here of 1535. Not saying it's going to happen. I would definitely be aware of it. So 1678 is your next support, then gap fill below at 1535. I am looking to short bounces on NIO. Good morning, Gareth. How are you? Hi, Dino. It's 189%, Colby. Well, there you go. Sell it. Sell partial anyway. Okay, ADA. It is a beautiful day to be alive. I must agree. We are very blessed to be up and vertical and above grass today. ADA, we're looking for a weekly higher low compared to 77 cents. 0.777. We're looking for a higher low. The bulls have given themselves enough room, but it's not a guarantee. Let's look at that math. Yeah, we are approaching the 0.618 retrace on that weekly 4-hour downtrend. Hourly downtrend. Bears have control of this chart in the short term. We have to change the hourly trend as step one to possibly put in that weekly higher low, and bulls feel more confident if the 4-hour trend change back to the upside. Okay, Bitcoin. I will be going over Bitcoin. Hourly downtrend until it's not. 4-hour downtrend. We've lost support. Your next support you have is down at 40509. On any bounce, we're looking for a lower high. Bears will be looking to position themselves at the hourly EMAs. Oh, God. Trolls already? pretty early. Okay. Aw, hey Madison. Hey Ma and Pa, my parents are listening. And my daughter. Good morning. How are you? Let's look at cost. Cost has been an absolute bull. We have a daily inside bar from Friday, high of 608, low of 59793. So we have an inside bar. We're extended. However, we are in blue sky territory. We're pulling back. So bulls who have missed this run up, I would be looking for first hourly oversold back burners. So you go set your alert for RSI when it crosses 30. I blocked him, John. It just takes a while for them to get him wholly out the way. Okay, EMPH. Okay, I am not seeing that at all, Chris. Not saying it's not happening, but I am sure this is what you're talking about, and this is more of a diamond bearish reversal pattern here. You see that? That's where you get a left shoulder, you get a left shoulder, you get a head, and then you break the neckline, and that just shows the overall weakness of the chart. So I would say this is a classic diamond pattern, which is a reversal pattern here. The magnets keep me from drawing it correctly sometimes. Thinks it's better. That's a little better. So a diamond bearish reversal pattern, in order to confirm that pattern, you'd have to break below 113.40, which is pretty far away on the monthly. You're in a 4-hour downtrend. Our RSI is approaching oversold. I would look to short this on a bounce. I like this chart for a bearish entry and a bearish swing. You're losing the daily 8 EMA for the first time in a while. SARC, okay, Gareth, I can look at SARC, but typically you want to look at the underlying that doesn't have as much decay, and that would be ARC. So SARC is the bearish ETF for ARC. 5185 is your support on the weekly. On the daily, you're in a downtrend. I would call Friday's action a double bottom, but you're breaking that bearishly this morning in pre-market. 4-hour RSI is oversold. So I would wait for ARC to bounce into the hourly EMAs in order to take SARC long, which is short. I know it's confusing, but so SARC. So in other words, I'd wait for a pullback on SARC for entry to the hourly EMAs and or 4-hour EMAs. Yeah, 4-hour. I have a little support here from 48.82. Good morning, Ahmed. How are you? I hope you are all well. Hey, Maddie. Where do I go for the daily news? Well, we get it from Bloomberg. So if you look in the news category right here, I kind of go through and sift through the news in the morning. And we get it from Bloomberg. It's automatically posted. I clean it up a little bit and put it in the right channel if it needs to go somewhere else. So I get a lot of my news from Bloomberg and Market Rebellion and CNBC. And then I also get it from pre-market high volume scan, which I post in the room. Let me show you that. Pre-market high volume scan. So a lot of times this is from Thinkorswim. This is my scan for high volume, and this is share count, not dollar volume. And I'm looking for high volume, and then I go look for any news that correlates to that high volume if that is the reason for the high volume. Patience, patience, patience. That's right. All right, y'all ready to get started? Let's get started. Good morning. You have found yourself at the pregame show. I'm Chargal Lori. This is who I am on Twitter. You can give me a follow at Chargal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. We teach traders how to fish using technical analysis, not voodoo, not witchcraft. We teach technical analysis, and we put our trades in line with the higher probability setups, and we stop out if we're wrong, and we accept all outcomes. What I do here on the pregame show is I go over the Fab Four futures, commodities, crypto, and movers and shakers of the day. I am looking for hot fishing holes, and then it's up to you to put the fishing pole in the hot fishing hole where the fish are biting and see if you can get a trade out of it. Of course, as soon as I shut down my mic, more data enters the market. You get to see another card and things change. So We go with what the information we have at the time and the higher probability scenarios. And as we gather more information, it either negates or confirms these potential setups. So we are having, obviously, Captain Obvious here, a very bearish open. However, this must hold on ES, and it is holding. 44450 is holding on ES. NASDAQ, which is Friday's low. NASDAQ's broken bear. RTY has broken bear. We broke bear by $3. You know what? I'm going to call that a double bottom. So I would say we're holding on by the hair of their chinny chin chin. And YM, of course, is the strongest. YM's the strongest because it has financial names, and financial names have been outperforming the market because US 10-year is going through the roof. We have more interest rate hikes coming, and that benefits the financial sector. So going back to ES, you see I have a lot of alerts set. If you've been around these parts for a while, you know I love my alerts. 44450 is a double bottom right now on the 4-hour. On the daily, we are testing a potential triple bottom. And y'all know what happens. Every time we come down and test this, we're depleting supply. These supply blocks down here of people willing to buy 4444 and say, that's a deal, I'm going to buy it. Well, every time we come test it, we're taking out these blocks of supply below. And every time we tap on it, we are depleting it, and then we could potentially fall through, which bears have the momentum right now. 4-hour downtrend, hourly downtrend on ES. NASDAQ is definitely weaker, but look how the hourly, we're just skirting RSI oversold. This is just, you know, the yo-yo walk the dog. They're just walking the dog, walking the dog. Hey, Daddy, if you're listening, show Madison how to walk the dog on a yo-yo. Okay, that was a sidetrack, but the hourly EMA is definitely suppressing price here, and you have resistance at 14244, 14305. Hang Seng is down 3%. We like to look at the international markets to see if we can get a heads up what's going to happen in our market. And Hang Seng is definitely weak. And remember that they have over 200 million people from CNBC estimates this morning that are on lockdown due to COVID. So they're down 3%, getting a lot of bearish pressure. DAX is down almost 1%. And if you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation of my chart setup. Here is my jargon, Queen of the Mountain setup, and ninjas only if you want to know what that means. And then these are my notes for the day. And what I do when I'm done is I just copy paste these notes and I put them over in the TCG chat room. So TCGers have access to these notes and they can write them up however they see fit to help them get ready for the day. So ES, triple daily bottom for now, 4-hour bear flag in progress. And by the time I typed this on ES, the hourly triple bottom is actually broken bear, but the daily triple bottom is still holding. Having some allergy issues over here, so please forgive me. All right, so on NASDAQ, we're getting lower lows without a ton of follow through, but I would say this is nothing that is giving bulls any type of warm fuzzy feeling. We're losing that daily 50 MA. We got to get back over the daily 50 MA, which is at 14333. This is the line in the sand for me. This is the line in the sand. So I have 3 things I'm watching today. Let me type those out. The most important things I'm watching. I need NQ to get back over daily 50 MA. This is for any type of hope that our weekly high or low is getting set. That's what I'm watching for, okay? So on ES, we need to hold that ever important 44444. Apple, we need to hold 16750. I'm rounding off, and this is that 0.382 retrace to keep a weekly bull flag alive. Here is my top 3 things I am watching in the market today. Actually, I'm going to add a 4th one. The VIX 4-hour double top. And if we go through our T account, y'all know I like to talk about a T account. And that's on the left side would be bullish, debit, on the right side, credit, bearish, or however you want to look at it. What is lining up more bullishly versus what is lining up more bearishly? And I would say, forget that. If we have our T account here, and this is the bullish side, and this is the bearish side, the bears have a lot more evidence of full control than the bulls have any glimmers of hope. And they have a little bit of glimmer of hope, and that's what I typed out over here. NQ, we got to hold that daily 50 MA. ES needs to hold 44444. Apple needs to hold 16750, and we need that VIX 4-hour double top to hold that line. So on our T account, we're definitely more bearish today than we are bullish. So even though I'm spelling out what I'm watching for any type of turnaround, it doesn't mean that we have any sign of that happening, like zero sign of that. Bears are large and in charge. And when a chart shows you who they are, we believe them. RTY. Let's look at this RTY chart. It's a doozy. When we look at this monthly, the auto, look at this bear flag. So we're in a monthly inside bar. We are trading within March's range, but this is not a pretty chart. On any bounce on the 4 hour, I would be looking to short RTY. And we can just make a statement if it's to the 21 EMA, the 26 EMA, the 200 MA, find a spot. So it's either 2015, a more conservative bear would be waiting for 2026 to position yourselves for a short for this potential monthly bear flag. RTY is a risk off measurement. And when people are scared to step into the Russell names, the small to mid caps, that means we're in a risk off environment. And that's also evident through metals being bullish this morning. Good morning. How are you? And by the way, I cannot scan the chat room and go through 20 charts in 25 minutes. So just bear with me toward the end. I will try to review whatever you're posting. Jay Stevens, that's funny. You got your Apple tattoo. I appreciate the support. That I ask you all to get Apple tattoos at that price range, so you'll never forget. So on Dow is definitely stronger. Again, YM, the Dow has a lot of financial exposure and banks are doing well. We're in a little bit of a 4 hour EQ here with support at 34410 and 34368. You have resistance at 34621 and 34820. Despite this YM strength relative to the other names, YM is not immune to overall market bearishness. If the entire market starts pulling down, YM will have a hard time holding up in spite or in the face of all that bearishness. US 10-year has been going absolutely crazy. 4 hour bull flag, terrible for tech. And then VIX, we have this 4 hour double top. Do you see this? 2311, 2315. Market bulls want this to hold and down, reject, hold down and go fill that gap at 2153. If we can get this 4 hour double top to hold, this would be a positive sign on our T account for bulls. This would be a good thing for bulls if we can hold this 4 hour double top. Bitcoin, if Bitcoin is our canary, it's one ugly canary today. I just went over it a minute ago. We had a request for it. So Bitcoin is bearish. You have support at 40509 that we're holding ever so slightly. On the hourly, your resistance on any bounce, 42365, 43443. Hourly RSI is oversold, but it doesn't really matter because we're not in a daily uptrend anymore. So if we're looking here for the weekly higher low like we are on NASDAQ, we want that 4 hour oversold. But look how many times we've gotten oversold and it's done nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has done nothing as we're looking for the weekly higher low. So then we raise the stakes. Okay, well now I want 12 hour oversold at a minimum to start scouting the weekly higher low. And if 40509 could hold as we get that 12 hour oversold, so one more point RSI to the downside would be ideal for Bitcoin bulls being aggressive, attempting to nail that weekly higher low. Same thing with Ethereum. We're looking for the weekly higher low. 12 hour is not oversold because it's stronger than Bitcoin. 4 hour is. So, but Ethereum got oversold here and it didn't mark it. So then what do? Let's go look at the 6 hour. 6 hours approaching oversold. We're right there. So when the bulls don't prove themselves with a small bar that we set for them, like 4 hour oversold, then we raise the bar. Is it 6 hours at 12? 6 hour for Ethereum, 12 hour for Bitcoin kind of makes sense to me, but I can still sit there, put my fishing pole in the water, but I'm not ready until I see a trend change and friends with me on the trade. Where are our friends? Where are they? They tried once. They tried. Where are the friends? Get over 3066 convincingly. And then possibly this hourly lower low could be set and the 12 hour low could be set as we scout that weekly higher low. But we've got lots of steps. They have lots of hurdles to jump through for that to happen. Gold. Oh my word. I'm feeling kind of important today. Lord have mercy. Okay, so gold. Gold is super bullish. So we talked about this on Friday. And if you're part of the TCG room, you saw that I was looking for an extreme move out of this pennant on gold. We had this squeeze. We held 50 RSI. And now we're breaking bull over 1967. So on the hourly, we have an uptrend. You have support at 1956 and 1942. I have a position in silver, and I'm not going to say that I'm proud of my position because silver was a little bit weaker than gold. However, the trade is absolutely working. We have gold up 1.27% and silver up 2.75%. I picked the laggard and it's working, but that doesn't always work out like that. You have support down at 2479. This is my queen of the mountain trade, y'all, for the day is the miners. So gold has had this explosive chart set up. And then we have, I don't even need to type it because I have it right here. We have this daily EQ with GDXJ. That's the junior miners. We have this tightening range. It's so pretty. You can print it from mom's fridge. And we're getting over this resistance of 49.23. And the ultimate resistance is 50.29. And what I'm looking at playing is JNUG. That is a 3 times ETF. Very high risk because it's leveraged. But I'm looking at JNUG for long gold due to this long bullishness of this gold chart, which is just a beauty. If you want to trade GDX, I know, Pete, isn't that flattering? Just wonderful. Yeah, we're banning him. People are crazy. The world is crazy. It's a scary place right now. So let me go back out to GDX. So GDXJ was a little cleaner setup. Here we broke bull without a lot of follow through. So we've got to get over that 40.26 and we're doing that in after hours. And so the bull trade for this one would be NUGT. That's the 3 times leverage ETF for GDX. Okay, Apple. Got to get a new tattoo, folks. 168.54 is the 0.382 retrace. And we have a little level here, 16760. So I'm going to circle these. 16760 and 16854. We've got to close above that today to keep that weekly bull flag hope alive. We only want lower wicks below 168.54. Bulls buying that dip when it wicks through. We're testing the 200 MA. I agree, Brandon. Way too much time on their hands. 400, 4 hour 200 MA. We're testing now 168.54, 167.60. As you can see, I have a lot of alarms set on Apple. I'm looking for the weekly higher low. I am not going to get twisted in my head what's going on with this chart. Shorter term time frames, bears are in control, but on the weekly time frame, we are holding the 8 EMA, not just the 21 EMA, the 8 EMA. Apple is strong. I don't like the upper wicks of profit taking on the weekly chart, but considering how bearish the market has been and the US 10-year being bullish, it's understandable. I'm not going to fight the bears, but I am going to watch for any type of bull glimmers of hope, like a 15-minute trend change to the upside for a potential Apple swing for the potential weekly bull flag. INMD. Oh, JNUG's a 2 times ETF. My bad. My absolute bad. Thanks for that, Daniel RB. Okay, so INMD. INMD is an IBD 50 name. And if you go to FinViz and you screen for some really strong earnings, look at this. This is all free. So if I go to fundamental, I know I'm using the F word. If I go to fundamentals and I say, tell me names that have had EPS growth over 30%. EPS, I think this is how I did it. Sales growth over 30%. Look what name is on here, y'all. INMD. We only have one page and we have 15 names. All right, then if I sort by PE ratio is price to equity. Look at INMD, 18. That is a very low PE. Of course, DQ and NMM, which I am watching NMM like a hawk because shipping is a very hot sector. So when I sort these names and I say, tell me all, these are the upper echelon. This is the best of the best as far as pure sales. Now, this doesn't mean their margins are good. This doesn't mean that they have great operations. This is just top line measurement on EPS, sales. How are you doing year over year, quarter over quarter? And look at INMD, what a beast. And look how it's been beat down. This may be the buy of the year. It also may be a total bust. But I am looking for this $34 area. Look how we've been buying in that area where it has held before, and we have two supports here. So I'm looking at INMD. I skipped oil. I did. I absolutely did. And I skipped nat gas. So oil is losing the weekly EQ. We lost support. We hit 9293. We broke this by 60 cents and we're bouncing ever so slightly. So oil bulls, when you have an EQ, okay, so we have this higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low, and we open up near that low for the week. That is very bearish because you have all week the bears have to bring this down, and they're just sitting there tapping on support as we open. So that's definitely bearish for oil. If you don't have a position, I'd be looking to position against the hourly EMA. So oil is weak. Yeah, if you could hit that like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks for getting on to everybody. Jay Stevens, I appreciate it. Nat gas has been parabolic. We broke resistance last week by a few pennies and then we pulled back. Bulls needed a breather. So we have support at 624 and then below that $6. So as long as these hourly EMAs hold 50 RSI, 4 hour is over 50 RSI, this chart's bullish and you buy pullbacks. And I confirmed Friday's a holiday, by the way. Don't forget that. Good Friday. But nat gas will have its inventory normal time, Thursday at 10:30 Eastern. Oil will have its inventory Wednesday at 10:30 Eastern. So nat gas is strong. Oil is weak. So INMD, I like to the long side. NIO, I like to short any bounce. So they had to close down their factory due to COVID. So 1973, prior support could act as resistance. I'd like to short bounces. NVIDIA. Okay, NVIDIA, this is one of those, we're looking for the weekly high or low. It's not necessary that we get it. It's definitely not as strong as Apple. However, 4 hour RSI oversold didn't work. 6 hour RSI oversold didn't work. So now I look at 12 hour. We're oversold on 12 hour. Give me the weekly high or low. Come on, bulls. Where are ya? So compared to 20650, I'm looking to snag a low on NVIDIA. It may not come today. It may not come tomorrow. And it may not come at all. But I will be watching for 15-minute trend changes to possibly nail the weekly high or low on NVIDIA shop. Oh, thank you, me, myself, and I appreciate that. Okay, so on shop, I hope they haven't changed it from T account because I took accounting when Jesus was a baby. So I hope they haven't changed that terminology. Okay, so shop announced a potential 10 for 1 split, meaning it's not approved yet. However, this is typically a bullish. It doesn't change the dynamics of the company whatsoever. If it's worth $600 a share, it's still $600 a share. It's just now instead of if you have one at $600, you'll have 10 at $60. But it gets more access to retail traders, people who can't afford it. It theoretically gives you more access at a cheaper price, and you're reducing that barrier to entry. You have resistance at 630, 641.01. You have support at 604.39, 585.65. On any market bounce, I'd like shop long. SMH, same situation as NVIDIA, not quite as weak, but we are approaching that 12-hour RSI oversold as we look for the weekly higher low potential compared to 23732. But again, semis just keep getting picked on. Tesla 97987 is that level to hold for a potential weekly bull flag to be in play. I like Tesla long. Wheat. Okay, absolutely good for any life decisions. I love it. Okay, they want to add shares. Thank you for that, Homebody. So maybe we steer away from NVIDIA. I did not see that negative news. So wheat. Wheat is bullish. I think I put it in my notes here. Tight daily chart. Russia is the world's largest wheat exporter, while Ukraine accounts for a quarter of all grains trade, is the #1 exporter of sunflower oil. So the farm trade is really getting boosted by the supply shortage. So wheat has a pretty chart. Look at this squeeze on the daily. This is a beautiful chart. We're breaking through resistance 1054, next resistance 1086. So I like wheat if you trade wheat futures. We held support of 1060. I like this long as 1060 holds. Oh, they got a downgrade as well. Thank you for that, Francisco. I appreciate it. And HOTH, this is a drug that got some positive cancer news this morning as far as their drug fighting cancer to a degree. I don't know what type or what the study was on. But if I look at this chart, I like, oh, was there dilution? Like, what's been going on? Have they just been waiting for this drug to finally get its approval? Well, it got it. You could have some nice tightening ranges on this one today where you could probably scalp. I would only be looking to the long side, even though it's already up 130%. I would wait for tightening ranges like EQ and position myself for a higher low. All right, yeah, hit the like button. You like cooking with sunflower oil? Uh-oh. Tesla missed expectations in China. Yeah, I thought that was Thursday. Okay. Yeah, everybody's been slacking on the likes the last week. Only 88. My goodness. I hope I'd given y'all more value than that. So let me clear that out. If you don't follow me on Twitter, please give me a follow. And don't forget Trader Pro alerts. We have a free month code. It's free trial on Trader Pro, TradrPro.com. For 1 month free for you to try out crypto signals. It's a beautiful system and it could help your trading. It allows you to sleep and do life while the alerts do the heavy lifting for you. Go check that out. I agree. Maddie, that's true. That's absolutely true. All right. If you could hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. Let me go check back in with our indices before I wrap it up. We're still holding 44444. NASDAQ is still in a downtrend. RTY is still holding that 1975. And YM lost the 34461 by $14. That's not a bear break yet. Need more follow through, bears. Thank you, Francisco. No, you're the best. All right, y'all, thank you for joining me. We'll be here same time tomorrow. I'll be here Monday through Thursday of this week. Friday, of course, we're off because the stock market is closed. I appreciate you joining me. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notify button. And TCGers, I'll see you in the room.